already qualified for next summer's big stage and has won 7 games in a row. Australia get us underway here at Dick's Sporting Goods Park, fresh off a 1-0 win north of the border against Canada in Montreal. Kunda, the teenager who scored the winner on Friday in Montreal, is on the bench as he looks to freshen things up. Brought in towards the box and all the way through. Australia able to take the lead through Boss. First shot of the game. And it's Jordan Boss, the final man with the goal. Just his second of his international career.
Well, here's a look at it. Look how late the U.S. players are to react to that. No one jumping on it. I say a lucky deflection that falls to him. A wonderful finish. And here's a look here.
And Haji Wright turns really well. He's got Weir in space down the left side. Freeman is bursting forward to the edge of the box. Weir goes for goal.
That's a great part about having him on that side. Like I said, he's great at cutting on his left. He can hit a ball beautifully with his left, but he can really shape it a little better, get a little more power.
McKenny. Forward it comes and all down, sliding it through. It's a chance for Haji Wright. It's level. It's Haji Wright. A man in form for his club brings his goal-scoring form to his country.
It's a really good finish from Wright. Watch the timing of the run. He's not going to be able to hit this first time on his left. It's going to right in between his feet, and if he takes a touch, I think that chance is gone.
Only 6 games to play after this one. Luna wide towards the edge of the box. Where's ball in for Roldan? I think the referee's blown the half-time whistle here. So it finishes with things getting a little bit feisty. But it's Haji Wright's goal that has these teams tied at 1-1 heading in at the break. For the US, Australia scored with their only shot on goal in the first 45 minutes. As we are back underway in Commerce City, Colorado at Dick's Sporting Goods Park. Pushed by Boss in the back of Freeman, taken quickly by Roldan. Haji Wright trying to get onto the end of this one. And Haji Wright inside the box turns well. Haji Wright!
It looks like Burgess loses his foot there, but right here, perfect. Looks in the middle, he knows he's got no help. He wants to take this as himself.
Gets it back from Freeman here. Luna, lovely little flick from Luna in towards Aronson. Aronson for Luna! Big save from Ryan. Wonderful flowing football from the United States.
Ball, yeah, Luna can't believe it, but here it is again. Just watch this, Aronson. Lovely cushion here as this ball comes in at a tough height. And he cushions it in that first time ball in the back, couldn't find right, but watch him wait for that little nutmeg pass.
What a ball from
It's an excellent ball. Just a couple fakes that almost gets the...
Kunda now trying to get away there from Robinson. Kunda into the box. He's still going here. It's Kunda and saved by Matt Freese.
Watch this. I mean, look at this incredible strength. He just gets a bear hug and still stays up. Just watch here. Richard just falls for the...
The referee blows the final whistle. It is victory for the United States here against Australia. Mauricio Pochettino's men winners by 2-1.
Welcome back to the film room. Grab your tactical boards, because today, for this explainer, we're putting on our coaching hats and diving straight into a massive, high-stakes World Cup Matchday 2 clash between the United States and Australia. We've got 2 teams coming off huge tone-setting opening wins, but man, they did it in totally different ways. Matchday 2? That's where the real chess match begins. Here's our scouting plan for today. We're going to breeze through the Group D landscape, look at the incredibly risky role of unproven youth, and discuss how to survive the brutal physical attrition of a World Cup. Then, it's straight to the whiteboard to pit the USA's fluid possession against Australia's lethal counterattacks, before wrapping up with the wild new reality of in-game management. Okay, kicking things off with Section 1, the Group D landscape. Just look at what's at stake here in Seattle. The U.S. completely dismantled Paraguay 4-1, and Australia? They just pulled off a shock 2-0 upset against a heavily favored Turkey. Now, as a coach, you know that 6 points in a group stage virtually guarantees you a spot in the round of 32. So whoever wins this match takes absolute control. And honestly, the biggest prize here? Earning the luxury to rest your star players on match day 3. That is an unbelievable advantage going into the knockout rounds.
Moving right along to Section 2, Trusting Untested Youth.
So how did Australia's manager Tony Popovich pull off that massive upset over Turkey? Well, he completely tore up the traditional coaching handbook. He fielded Australia's youngest ever World Cup starting lineup with an average age of just 24.6. I mean, think about the immense pressure of a World Cup. The absolute natural instinct for most managers is to lean on experience, right? Wrap the team in a cozy safety net of veterans. Popovich? No way. He tossed the net out the window. And get this, his boldest move was dropping his veteran captain, his established goalkeeper, Matthew Ryan. Instead, he hands the gloves to 22-year-old Patrick Beach. Can you imagine making that call in the dressing room? It takes some serious guts. But Beach totally vindicated him, pulling off an astonishing 8 saves under a barrage of 30 shots from Turkey. That's actually the most saves by a debutant keeper at a World Cup since 2002. When reporters asked Popovich about this wild decision, he just said, "Because we're all working together every day, and we can see the quality of these young boys." And that right there is the crux of it. Coaching isn't just about the 90 minutes under the bright lights. It's about trusting what you see with your own eyes in training, day in and day out. Putting your faith in fearless kids like Bittencourt or their explosive 20-year-old winger Nestor Irinkunda is just a masterclass in tournament management. When you're the underdog, you absolutely need that fearless, unpredictable energy. All right, let's roll right into Section 3, rotation and physical intensity. Because winning a World Cup is so much more than just drawing lines on a whiteboard. It is a grueling, exhausting war of attrition. You ride pure adrenaline in match 1, but by match 2, that's when the heavy muscle fatigue really sets in. Managing player minutes and keeping that physical intensity up across such a condensed schedule is literally where tournaments are won or lost. Squad rotation isn't just some nice-to-have luxury. It's a physiological necessity. Both coaching staffs are fully aware this game is going to be a physical bloodbath. I mean, look back at their friendly in October 2025. The U.S. literally had to commit 19 fouls just to match Australia's bruising, aggressive style. And in that very game, Christian Pulisic took a heavy tackle and got injured early. Fast forward to the Paraguay opener a few days ago, and Mauricio Pochettino pulled Pulisic at halftime as a precaution for a calf issue. So Pochettino is staring down a massive coaching dilemma right now. Does he risk his star player, or does he rotate in fresh legs like Tim Weah or Gio Reyna and give his high-engine guys like Wyston McKennie a breather? You constantly have to weigh securing 3 points today against having a healthy squad tomorrow. Which brings us to Section 4, breaking down USA tactics. Let's see how the U.S. plans to crack this code. Pochettino has them playing this incredibly brilliant hybrid system that dynamically shifts depending on who has the ball. Out of possession, the U.S. drops into a super standard, really compact 4-4-2 to just suffocate the space. But the split second they win the ball back, boom, they instantly expand into this fluid, asymmetrical 3-2-5 buildup. It works like an absolute charm. Right back Alex Freeman doesn't push high. Instead, he tucks inside to become a third center back. That extra defensive anchor allows left back on Tony Robinson to just bomb forward like an out-and-out winger. Meanwhile, you've got Tyler Adams locking down the center of the midfield, which gives Wyston McKennie and Malik Tillman total freedom to drift into the half spaces. From a coaching perspective, the entire point of this is to create massive numerical overloads, specifically generating a 5v4 advantage on one side of the pitch. You suck the opponent's defense over to deal with the numbers, and suddenly you've left your wingers isolated in acres of space on the far side. It's possession with a lethal, calculated purpose. But hold on, Section 5, Australia's counter-attack blueprint. The Socceroos are not going to make this easy. In fact, they absolutely thrive when the other team has the ball. Check out this staggering stat from their win over Turkey. Popovich's squad only had 28.4% possession. Most teams would panic without the ball, not Australia. They defended like absolute demons, sitting in this hyper-disciplined 5-4-1 low block. They don't care about dominating the ball. They only care about dominating the space. So their game plan for the U.S. is pretty much already written. They're going to sit deep, use towering guys like Harry Suter to absorb all that American pressure, and deliberately choke out the center of the pitch. The second the U.S. makes a tiny mistake in that complex 3-2-5 buildup we talked about, Australia is going to spring the trap. They'll rely entirely on the blistering pace of Nestori Irankunda to punish the Americans in transition before they even have a chance to scramble back into their 4-4-2. And to make this work, keep a very close eye on Australian midfielder Aidan O'Neill. The guy committed 18 fouls in just 11 MLS games this season. His one and only tactical directive today will be to act as the enforcer. His job is to physically smash into the American midfield engine, destroy their rhythm, and kill those transitional attacks before they even get off the ground. It is gritty, it's incredibly physical, and man, it is highly effective. Finally, let's wrap up with Section 6, the in-game chess match. There's a fascinating new twist at this 2026 World Cup. Because of the extreme North American heat, FIFA instituted these mandatory hydration breaks, 2 per half, 3 minutes each. But here is the real game changer. FIFA is now allowing coaches to use laptops and tablets during these pauses. This is fundamentally altering how the sport is coached. All of a sudden, managers can directly intervene, review video, and make major systemic tweaks while the game is actively happening. And we're already seeing 2 totally distinct coaching philosophies emerge from this. Pochettino, he's basically treating these breaks like an NBA timeout. He literally gathers his squad around a MacBook while an analyst shows them real-time drone footage to fix pressing angles and structural gaps. But Popovich, he uses the 3 minutes for targeted psychological realignment. Against Turkey, he used his break to personally pull Irankunda aside, calm the kid down, and get him refocused. And wouldn't you know it, moments later, Irankunda scored the game winner. It's literally tactical technology versus raw psychology right there on the touchline. So, bringing it all together, what are the keys to this match? For the US, it's all about patience. They absolutely cannot force passes into Australia's congested center. They have to use those overloads to stretch the wide areas, and critically, they must manage their rest defense so they don't get caught out. For Australia, the mission is dead simple. Hold that suffocating low block, bully the center of the pitch, and when the window opens, strike with ruthless, clinical precision on the counter. Ultimately, this entire clash boils down to the USA's patience in possession versus Australia's sheer lethality on the break. The tactical board is set, the players are primed for a physical war, and both managers have their game plans completely dialed in. Will Pochettino's intricate, asymmetrical attacking overloads finally dismantle the Socceroos' disciplined low block? Or will Popovich's fearless youth orchestrate yet another monumental World Cup upset? Keep your eyes locked on the touchline because this coaching chess match is going to be an absolute thriller. Thanks for hanging out with me in the film room for this explainer, and enjoy the match.